Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. Bex here today to talk about my 2021 reading goals. Seeing as we're about halfway through the year, I figured it was time I go take a look back at what goals I had set myself in January, see how I'm doing, if I'm on track, if I need to make any adjustments, and of course share that with you. At the beginning of the year, I set myself 6 reading goals, the first of which is my Goodreads reading goal, and I told myself I needed to read 40 books in 2021. As of today, as of this moment right now, I have read 17 books and I'm currently reading 3 others. I am technically 1 book behind if I'm gonna stay on pace to complete 40 by the end of the year, but I'm definitely not worried. I'm reading 3 books right now. I think I can manage to catch up. So yeah, that one's going great. No adjustments needed on that one. My second goal was to read my 10 books for 2021. I did a video where I listed 10 books that I really wanted to get to this year. I will link said video so you can go check that out if you want to see the full list, because I'm just going to mention the books that I have finished so far. Of the 10 books, I've completed 4, and they are Nevermore, The Trials of Morrigan Crow by Jessica Townsend. This was a really fun book. I gave it like a 3.75. I definitely love the world itself, and I do want to keep going with the series. The second book is The Book of the Unnamed Midwife by Meg Ellison. This is a very dark and depressing book. It's post-apocalyptic, and I absolutely loved it. I could barely set this book down. I just wanted to keep reading it every moment that it was in my hands. So yeah, this is one of the best books I've read so far this year. Third, I read Moontiger by Penelope Lively. This I picked up at a library book sale because it was Penguin Modern Classics and I love the look of these books. So I did find out that it won the Man Booker Prize back in the 80s and I actually enjoyed it. Like, it wasn't a top book that I've read this year, but I think overall I liked the writing style and I kind of liked how the story ended up. The fourth book, and the last one that I've read from that list so far, is The Greek Coffin Mystery by Ellery Queen, which is one of the Penguin Drop Caps editions, which I really love the look of this. Unfortunately, this book was written in the early 1930s and it does not hold up very well, so my reading experience with this was not so great, but at least it looks really nice on my bookshelves. My third goal was to read 2 books that are over 500 pages that I've had on my TBR shelves for at least a year, and I do have one that kind of fits this, I guess. This is How to Survive a Plague, and although I started this book in late 2020, I did not finish it until 2021. It is over 500 pages though, so I guess it kind of fits. I never said that it had to be read all in 2021, just that I did want to read 2 books that were over 500 pages that I'd had for a little bit, so I mean, I'm gonna count it. If I can get to 2 other ones, that's great, but in my mind, I at least have to read 1 more book that fits that category. My fourth goal was to reread books. I am not a big rereader, but I definitely get the urge sometimes, and so this year I decided to actually make it a goal to kind of get myself, motivate myself to reread books. I specifically called out Jane Eyre as a book I wanted to reread, and I do still want to reread it. I have not read it yet, but I'm kind of feeling more like that's going to be a fall read for me. And then I also mentioned the Chronicles of Narnia, that whole series. I would really like to read those books and potentially do a series review. Haven't gotten to those yet either. So on that end of things, not so great. However, I did actually reread a different book, and that is Elizabeth I, Red Rose of the House of Tudor. This is one of the Royal Diaries books, and I found this at a thrift store. I was really excited because this was one of my favorite books from this series when I was a kid, and I reread this book like last month, and it was actually really fun. It held up quite well. I was surprised by how much I enjoyed it. So yeah, this was a book that I read when I was a kid, reread it this year, so it counts towards that goal. Goal number 5 was to participate in the BookTube prize and to produce videos for each round that I participated in. So I did read for the octafinals and did a video reviewing the 6 books that I read for that, and I'm actually currently participating in the semifinals, so I'm reading and prepping a video for that as well. So this goal has sort of already been met, even though it's also still continuing on. I didn't have a particular number of rounds that I wanted to participate in, but yes, I will definitely complete the semifinals and maybe read for the finals as well. So yeah, this goal is definitely on track. My sixth and final goal was to put closed captioning on the majority of my videos. I've kind of gotten into this rhythm of any video that's 20 minutes or less, maybe 25 minutes or less, I am okay with putting closed captioning on, going through, editing them, etc. Anything a little bit longer than that, not so much. So as of today, not including this video, I've uploaded 10 videos and I put closed captioning on 8 of them. The 2 that I didn't do, one was over 43 minutes, my BookTube prize octafinals video, and then I did another video that was a little over half an hour that I decided not to put closed captioning on that either. That's pretty good. I mean, majority, 8 out of 10, that definitely is the majority, so this one is on track as well. My takeaways from looking at this are that I can pretty much keep doing what I'm doing. There's no goal that I made for myself that I need to completely abandon, or I would say even readjust. I think all of them are still possible to complete by the end of the year. I will just tell myself to keep an eye on my 10 books list and also my 500 plus goal, because those are usually the ones where I don't quite meet them. Particularly, I should keep an eye on Lonesome Dove as an option because it's on that 10 books list and it's over 500 pages. So if I read that, that would help with knocking out both of those goals. So yeah, I gotta keep that in mind. And then the other thing I think I'm just gonna tell myself is don't forget to reread the actual books that you specifically said you wanted to reread in 2021. It's great that I did at least get to something else, but I mean, Chronicles of Narnia, there's quite a few books in that series, so, you know, kind of want to knock that out before December or something. And Jane Eyre, yeah, I'm still feeling confident I'll get to that in the fall, but just try to keep those things in mind. Otherwise, I feel like I'm doing really well with this. Hopefully your goals for 2021 are going as well as mine generally are. Let me know how you're doing in the comments down below. As always, all of our links are in the down bar. You can go check those out if you feel so inclined. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you later.